You are like children whom a disease has made unable to tell what can nourish them. You have plenty of food in front of you, but you do not know that it must be eaten to be changed into something vital. That is, that it must really become part of us through pure, generous loyalty to the law of the Lord, who spoke to Moses and the prophets on behalf of all of you. It is your duty, therefore, to come to me to receive the air and juice of eternal life. But that duty presupposes faith in you. Because if one has no faith, one cannot believe my words. And if one does not believe, one cannot come to me and say, "Give me the true bread." And if you do not have the true bread, you cannot work the deeds of God, because you are unable to do them. So, in order to be nourished by God and to work the deeds of God, you must do the basic work, which is to believe in him whom God sent. But what miracles do you work, that we may believe that you have been sent by God, and we may see the seal of God upon you? What do you do, which the prophets have not already done, although in a more modest form? Nay, Moses exceeded you, because he fed our ancestors with wonderful food, not once, but for 40 years. It is in fact written that our forefathers ate manna in the desert for 40 years. And it is written that Moses gave them the bread of heaven to eat, as he was able to do so. You are wrong. Not Moses, but the Lord was able to do so. And in Exodus we read, "Now I will rain down bread from the heavens. Let the people go out and gather what is sufficient for each day, so that I may test whether the people will follow my law or not. And on the 6th day they will gather twice as much, out of respect for the 7th day, which is the Sabbath." And the Hebrews every morning saw the desert become covered with that delicate thing which resembles what is pounded in a mortar, and is like hoarfrost and coriander seed, and has the lovely taste of flour kneaded with honey. So it was not Moses, but God who supplied manna. God can do everything. He can punish and bless. He can grant and take away. And I tell you that he always prefers to bless and grant rather than punish and take away. God, as the Book of Wisdom states, out of love for Moses, who, according to Ecclesiasticus, quotes, was beloved by God and men, of blessed memory, and was made by God the equal of the holy ones in glory, and strong to the terror of his enemies, and was able to work miracles and stop them, and was raised high in the respect of kings, and was his minister before the people, and saw the glory of God, and heard the voice of the Most High, and was the guardian of the precepts and of the law, of life and science. Unquote. God, I was saying, out of love for Moses, nourished his people with the bread of angels, and from heaven untiringly sent them bread already prepared, containing every delight, satisfying every taste. And remember what wisdom says. As it came from heaven, from God, and demonstrated his sweetness towards his children, it tasted as each eater wished, and produced the effects that each person wanted, and was thus useful to babies whose stomachs are still delicate, and to adults enjoying good appetite and healthy digestions, and to delicate girls, and to decrepit old people, and to testify that it was not the work of man, it overturned the laws of elements, and the mysterious bread, which at sunrise melted like frost, endured fire. Or rather, it is still wisdom speaking, fire forgot its own nature out of respect for the work of God, its creator, and for the needs of the just people of God, so that while it burns to torture, in this case it became mild to assist those who confided in God. Thus, by transforming itself in many ways, it served the grace of the Lord, nourishing everyone, according to the will of those who prayed to the Eternal Father, so that the beloved children might learn that it is not the reproduction of fruit which nourishes men, but it is the word of the Lord that preserves those who believe in God. In fact, it did not consume the sweet manna, as it was able to do, not even when it flared, whereas the mild morning sunshine could melt it, so that men should learn and remember that the gifts of God are to be sought from the very beginning of the day and of life, and that one must anticipate light to receive them, and rise and pray to the Eternal Father at daybreak. Just a pause. That is a long meditation that Jesus has given those in the synagogue at Capernaum, the synagogue of Jairus, on the meaning of the manna for the Israelites. But for us, there may be commentaries out there, there may be spiritual reflections out there which speak about this, but I don't know of anything that's as profound as this. And of course, Jesus is drawing on the book of wisdom in giving us that meditation.